So now we're going to simulate the fact that we've actually driven the golf ball into a fairway bunker. Now fairway bunkers are, generally speaking, a little bit wider, a little bit flatter, and have less of a severity of lip on them. Now if you do find yourself in a fairway bunker that's got a very severe lip and looks more like a greenside bunker, just go ahead and use that greenside bunker technique that we've talked about before and hit the golf ball as hard and as full as you can. But if you're in a fairway bunker that's a little flatter, a little smoother, and you think you can get a bit more distance than a normal greenside bunker shot, you can get this ball out a little bit further up the fairway, then we're going to show you the technique to do so. Now the most important factor here is that you do get the golf ball out. So avoid being too greedy. You know, if you've driven the ball in the bunker, take your punishment, lay up a little bit short and do get the golf ball out of the bunker. The worst thing to do would be to hit the ball in, hits the lip and actually comes back into the bunker and stays in. That's just a wasted shot. So having a look at the edge of the bunker, first thing to do is work out which club you think you can take. So what I'd encourage you to do is assess the situation, work out which club you think is going to actually get high enough to get over the lip, and then add on one. Make sure you're extra safe. So if you're looking at it thinking that looks like a 6 to me, try and go ahead and take a 7-iron, just to give you that extra little bit of lip, a little bit of help to get it over to clear the lip. Now, when you look at the club, if you hold this leading edge here horizontally to the ground, the angle that the shaft points out here is actually going to be the angle that the ball will fly away from you with. So if you could crouch down with the leading edge here horizontal to the ground and look how that shaft angle is going to come out over the leading edge of the bunker, that should give you an indication of how high the ball will fly. So if I hold that down there, that's my 8-iron. That looks like it's just going to clear the lip. So I'll either take an 8-iron or maybe even with a little bit more safety in mind, might take a 9-iron just to really make sure it gets over. Now as I set up to the golf ball here, I'm going to hold my normal address position. My ball position will just shuffle ever so slightly back into the more towards the centre of my stance. That should encourage me to get a cleaner contact, because different to a greenside bunker, here we don't want to hit the sand before we get to the golf ball. We're not looking at the normal 2 inches position here. This is going to be played much more similarly to a normal fairway shot, where we actually take the ball first and then we take a divot afterwards. So we grip the club in the normal position, position the ball ever so slightly further back, and make a real good move onto that left side as we strike down on the golf ball. Any attempt to lean back and help the ball over that leading edge of the bunker is going to result in the ball being hit very, very heavy and hitting the ground first. The ball might come out, but it definitely won't go far enough. So go ahead, ball position is just going to shuffle back a little bit. We're going to drive our body weight onto our left side, taking the ball and then taking a divot. I would also again just encourage you to increase your grip pressure for this shot. Holding the golf club a little bit more tightly and aggressively means that if you did catch it slightly heavy, the golf ball would still come out a decent distance because you're driving the club through quite assertively. If you're holding the golf club too lightly, then as the club hits the ground, it's going to twist the hands a bit. So we're holding the club nice and tightly, ball towards the centre, get onto that left side and drill it out. Make sure you've got enough loft on the club and you should be getting out of those fairway bunkers every time.